Hello everyone, GK here. I'm sure many of you have seen this iceberg trend that's been going on for a while now that started with Mario 64. Almost every game series or topic had an iceberg of their own, except for Mario Party. Initially, I can only find Mario Party DS icebergs, but of all the Mario Party games, that's one I really haven't played that much. But a user on the Mario Party Netplay Discord, BearerArt, made a more general iceberg for Mario Party. With his permission, I decided I wanted to make a video on this topic, although I made it a point to not ask him for clarification, instead opting to do my own research in spirit with the iceberg trend. I might skip some entries if I don't think there's much to say, but I'm going to add a couple of my own as well. As we go through, if you see green text on an entry, then that means it's one I made. For those who don't know, an iceberg is an aggregation of trivia and theories for a particular topic, with the tip of the iceberg being more commonplace knowledge, and the further down you go, the more obscure and obtuse the subjects could get. Mario Party Control Stick Controversy. Mario Party 1 had a couple of minigames that challenged players to spin the stick as fast as they could. The easiest way to do this was to use the palm of your hand, which naturally, with the hard plastic and ridged joystick of the original Nintendo 64, it caused blisters. Even with modern controllers that have rubber padding, it still sucks. The problem got so bad, with enough formal complaints coming in, resulting in Nintendo agreeing to a settlement of $75,000 and to provide gloves to anyone affected by this at the time. It's for this reason that Nintendo never re-released the original Mario Party on any virtual consoles. Shy Guys Shuffle City. This board from Mario Party Island Tour has the distinction of being the smallest board in any of the Mario Party games at 19 spaces. It also requires human players only with no option for CPUs. But because of this, it will actually allow a 3-player only game to be played on it. Mario Party 1 title screens. The first game in the series had a unique feature where the title screen will change depending on which character won the most recent game. This was dropped in all subsequent games. Mario Party E. Hey, I actually own this one. Mario Party E is a physical card game that utilizes the Nintendo e-reader as an optional supplement to the game to play the minigames on. Even though Mario Party E is somewhat well known, it is a lesser played entry due to the cumbersome nature of acquiring an e-reader now and emulating e-reader cards. Oh my god. In Mario Party 1, Luigi and Wario had different voice clips in different regions. Outside of Japan, when reacting to a negative situation, we get this.
Ow! So I missed!
But this is the original Japanese response.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Exclusive Toads. In Mario Party 1, there are a couple of Toad-like characters with varying and unique designs. Puff from the minigame house, an unnamed clerk from the mushroom shop, Porto and Bello from the mushroom bank, and Fun Gus from the options house. You have to appreciate the artistic effort Hudson Soft went to when creating some of these throwaway characters. It's a shame Nintendo was not inspired to utilize some of these unique designs on various Toad characters instead of the lazy color palette swaps that they decided to roll with instead. Mario Party censorship. There are a few entries related to particular instances of censorship, but I'm just gonna roll them all into a single entry. As mentioned before, Mario Party 1 had different losing voice clips for Luigi and Wario. In Mario Party 2, the ending scene of Western Land depicted supposedly real guns in Japan, which was edited to cork guns internationally. In Mario Party 8, the term spastic is initially used in all English versions, but this is an offensive slur against disabled people in the UK. Subsequent revisions remove this term from all versions. Peach and Daisy redesigns. Mario Party 4 is notable for being one of the first games to feature the current finalized designs for both Peach and Daisy. I'm not sure if this is iceberg worthy. I put this more as a footnote, but it's not exactly the most well-known bit of trivia, so I figured it was worth a mention at least. Mario Party 2 was a 64DD add-on. Although not confirmed, the evidence suggests that Mario Party 2 was originally meant to be released as an add-on to Mario Party 1 with the failed 64DD, basically an old-school DLC. The reason we know this is because if you try to play Mario Party 1 on the 64 with the DD attached, an error message displays that only shows up on other games confirmed to also have 64DD support. Naturally, with its failure, Mario Party 2 was developed into a standalone game. Donkey Kong removal. DK was part of the original roster up until Mario Party 4. Subsequent games, 5 through 9, had him delegated to his own space, which acted as a counter to the Bowser space, before being reintroduced in Mario Party 10 and Super Mario Party. A lot of people wonder why they needed to remove him to begin with, but personally I think it makes sense as his shrunken design always looked off to me, and putting a character on the anti-Bowser space added personality to it. True locations of the boards. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm guessing this is a reference to the original Mario 64 iceberg. True locations of Painted Worlds. Mario Party 2 is a play. This is very similar to the theory that Mario Bros. 3 is a play because of its presentation. It stands out for Mario Party 2 because in 1 and 3, the events are shown through normal cutscenes. The intro for Mario Party 2 sets up the game events with a play narrated by Toad. Basically, all of the characters argue about naming some land after themselves, with Bowser suddenly invading, to which they all agree to name the land after whoever can vanquish Bowser. It is this setup that leads into the ending cutscenes for Mario Party 2, and also sort of explains why the whole concept was dropped in all subsequent games. Instead of working the story into the party mode itself, most of the games in the series opted for a separate dedicated story mode. Seer Terror. Seer Terror is one of 4 rare minigames that you can unlock in Mario Party 6. 3 of them you get by completing a single player board, but Seer Terror has to be bought from the in-game store, which results in this minigame in particular being very easily missed. It costs 50 stars, which you do earn faster than you actually do in-game, but it still takes some time. On top of that, one of the game boards can also be purchased for 100 stars. Clockwork Castle, which is a really good board. So if you knew this, would you really waste 50 stars on a Russian roulette style luck game, or would you rather save your stars for the much better board? After which, you're more than likely burnt out on grinding for stars anyway, and will likely forego buying Seer Terror. And the game itself is just too simplistic for what it's worth. Not a bad aesthetic for a Russian roulette style game, and some good animations too, but the fact that this is played on its own with no connection or context to either party mode or single player, it makes this game rather pointless. Cut items. Items became commonplace in Mario Party after the second one. There are only 2 cut items of note, the first being from Mario Party 2 and 3, something called Picker. This item would have let the activating player select the next minigame, which honestly sounds pretty cool. The other cut item was from Mario Party 6, the Barrel Orb. There are no graphics related to this, but we do have a description. It was going to work similar to a boo repellent, where you just hold onto it and it will protect you from one duel attempt from another player. In my opinion, this one sounds kind of lame, and I'm glad it was unused. Toad and Toadette are Mushroom Genie and Genie's children. I honestly don't know where this one comes from. Is it just because they are both Genie Toads? In any case, I can't really find anything that points to anything substantial about this one. How did Wario and Daisy get into the toy box from Mario Party 3? In the story for Mario Party 3, the original cast of 6 were sent into some toy box by the Millennium Star where they compete against each other. However, Daisy and Waluigi do appear in the story later on, so how exactly did they get in there? Well, I think Hudson did not originally include them in the intro, as they were intended to be characters you would have to unlock, presumably from encountering them in the story mode. But at some point late in development, they decided to have them available from the get-go. Here's a beta image of the original locked character icons, and the back of the box that was released even makes reference to this, as it states, you can even unlock new characters in one-player challenge. Kind of awkward phrasing there. Koopa Kid is Bowser's son. The relationship between the Koopa Kids and Bowser have not been entirely clear. More often than not, they're portrayed as mere henchmen. However, there are a scant few lines of dialogue where Koopa Kid will call Bowser Dad, and Bowser will refer to them as son. Although in the original Japanese releases of these games, apparently these lines of dialogue were never included. So Koopa Kid is more firmly a henchman. But I can't read Japanese, so I am not certain of this. Luigi is the main hero in Mario Party 3. There might actually be some validity to this one. In the story mode of Mario Party 3, the characters are tasked with collecting star stamps, which are represented by a particular attribute. Whenever the player's character gets to one of these star stamps, they are challenged by a character that claims to truly represent this attribute, with the exception of Luigi, who is the dedicated replacement if a player chooses any of the other characters. Is this all to imply that Luigi is meant to be the default player character, and thus the canonical victor to Mario Party 3's story? Game Ball Machine. Mario Party 1 had an item called Game Ball Machine, which was extremely easy for most players to miss. It only appears after buying 30 minigames from the minigame house, after which it lets you buy random minigames at a flat cost of 300 coins, as opposed to buying specific minigames from the minigame house at the listed prices. It will also disappear after buying all the minigames. Though it can be useful for saving on coins, it's honestly a bit redundant having two separate places to buy minigames from. Arcade Mario Parties. The Mario Party series actually had a couple of arcade releases, but only in Japan, with the US having a very small test release which never expanded. They seem to be a gambling style game with physical elements to most of them. I can't seem to find any ROM dumps, so the only real way to play these is to go to Japan or find one of the very few test machines in the US if they still exist. I will link to some videos that goes into these games in more detail. Move to the Mumbo. This background song, which you're listening to right now, went unused in the US version of Mario Party 1, but it was included in all other versions worldwide. It was used in only two minigames, Balloon Burst and Musical Mushrooms. It is unknown why it was removed from the US version, though some believe it may have been taken out because it was used so infrequently compared to the other tracks. No game. In the N64 Mario parties, there exists an unused mode where all of the character panels are colored yellow, which is never seen in-game, and no minigame is played at the end of the turn, though minigames that activate mid-turn still happen, such as single-player games and item games. There are two reasons why people believe this mode is in the game. The first is that it was a planned feature that got cut, and the other, and probably true reason, is that this was some developer mode used to test board functions without being stopped by minigames. No game mode seems more complete in Mario Party 1, as it includes unique graphics, along with actually ending when the turns are done. While in Mario Party 2 and 3, it's a little buggy, with the panels changing colors back and forth, and they stay in the center of the screen at the end of a turn. Plus, the game will not end after the turn limit. Instead, the game continues over the limit forever. Beta minigames. Honestly, I'm not sure why this is so low on the iceberg. Seems like looking up cut minigames would be something a good amount of people would do if they had any interest in the Mario Party series. In any case, I'll list off what was cut, though I won't describe each one in detail. Mario Party 1 has 5 cut games. Same game, which is fully functional. Yoshi's tongue meeting, kinda name is that, which is mostly functional. All or Nothing, Bungee Jump, and Tour de Mario. Mario Party 2 had 6 cut games. Exciting Pipe Lottery, Treasure Divers, Lucky Coin Grab, Tug-O-War, Rapid Rafting, and Note Steps. Jumping all the way to Mario Party 6, it had only one, TT Wars, which might not even be a cut game, but rather some kind of testing function. Mario Party 7 has one cut game that seems mostly complete, but is unnamed. And Mario Party 8 had 3 cut games. Hammer D Pokera, Guru Guru Kata Duke, and Orchuruna Rodeo? I hope I said that right. Nintendo 64 debug screens. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 all used similar debug menus with the same background image. The only thing really notable about it is that Donkey Kong is just a silhouette with a question mark over it. It's assumed this debug menu was made up before Hudson had any permission to use DK from Rare, who shared rights with Nintendo at the time. Mario Party 3 end screen. After completing the story mode in Mario Party 3, a rather solemn scene plays, with a Mario Party board game box on a table, a realistic looking drink, and a die the same color as Tumble is shown. Is this to say the whole game was merely just the overactive imagination of kids playing a simple little board game? Toad in Slot Car Derby, and Koopa Kid in Shell Shocked, plus extended health bars. In Mario Party 1's minigame Island, the final challenge is against Toad himself, in the minigame Slot Car Derby. There are some strange quirks to this particular game if you were to hack it and play as Toad himself. For one, if you let Toad get hit, instead of the pained yelp all the other characters say, Toad will give a happy response for some reason. Normally, when playing from the minigame island, the game ends by cutting back to the island. But if you were to let Toad win and see the victory screen for it, the game will declare all wins. Mario Party 2's minigame Coaster has a similar sort of ending with fighting 3 Koopa Kids in a game of Shell Shocked. Playing and winning as Koopa Kid will also have the game declare in a similar way, all won. Tangentially related to the Koopa Kid fight is that in the game's code for Shell Shock, the players are able to have a max health of 4 instead of 2. It's not known if this was the intended default health, or if this was only during the Koopa Kid boss fight, but either way, the developers decided to keep it at 2. Mario Party DS anti-piracy screen. In mid-October, a YouTube user by the name of Joey Perloni uploaded a video of an anti-piracy handler message for Mario Party DS. It's honestly pretty creepy, not helped by the song that comes with it, which I have been playing all through the Abyss. Joey began to upload more examples of the anti-piracy measures within the game, each getting more intricate than the last. The most interesting thing about this whole situation is that it's not real. Yeah, I know everyone has already seen this and I'm late to the party, but honestly the execution was very well done and it seemed very real, fooling many people. Not to mention how good the music has been for it. And that's the iceberg. So, I am going to be doing this outro a little off the cuff, so I do apologize if I stumble over my words a bit. This was my first real edited video, so please let me know what you all think, if the video was put together good, or if you have any suggestions on how to make this better. Anyway, I really hope you all at least learned one thing from this. When making this, I always worried that almost everything I talked about was already well known, but if you learned at least one thing, then it would make this whole video worth it. So please let me know if you did learn something. Also, let me know if there was anything that you know should have been on this list. When I was initially writing this, I had about 20 extra entries I was considering adding, but I didn't want to turn this into an encyclopedia. I want to keep things a little more focused. Most of the things I wanted to add were things that can basically be described in one sentence. A big thing I wanted to add was a bunch of rare events that can happen in most of the Mario Party games, but I'm not sure if that would really be iceberg worthy necessarily, because those all happen in game. They're just rare things, you know. Mario Party Legacy, that YouTube channel, they have a whole playlist on rare events, so I do highly recommend you go check them out. Links down below. Anyway, I did this because I am a huge fan of Mario Party, and the iceberg trend I found extremely interesting, so I figured this was a perfect video to make since no one really has yet. So, again, let me know what you think about this whole thing. I stream to Twitch. Every Friday I play Mario Party, as well as an assortment of other games. So if you are interested, you know, please follow me. I do Mario Parties, as I said, every Friday, and occasionally Wednesdays if I can have enough people. I am trying to turn Mario Party into a trend on Twitch. So, if you're a streamer and you may want to host a game, but you were never really sure, you know, hit me up on my Discord. I can send you what you need. There's also a Mario Party NetPlay Discord, which has a lot of resources to help you set that up, so I highly recommend that. And anyway, I wanted to make more videos. I'm not really sure what to make. I was always struggling to think of like what else to make. I don't want to turn my channel into a VOD dumping ground. I'm sure you'll see on my channel I got a lot of Mario Party VODs and tier lists. So far I've made 2 tier lists. They were just live streams as well, but they were more structured. So far I have only made 2, Mario Party General Series tier list and a tier list for the mini games of Mario Party 1. And hopefully with the crew, a bunch of normal people I play with, Just Lee Belmont, the main one off the top of my head, is the guy I play with frequently. Also check his channel out. And ideally, we're going to be making tier lists for all the Mario Party mini games per series, and possibly a Mario Party boards tier list. Don't know when we are going to be doing that. But besides the tier lists and the VODs, I really want to make some more videos, but, you know, I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I don't want to make everything strictly about Mario Party, but I still might do a couple more Mario Party related videos. If there's anything of note in the Mario Party series that you think would make a good video, please let me know. Like maybe a single player tier list or review. That's the one thing I barely touched in any of the Mario Parties, is like the single player modes. I always found them kind of pointless. I think maybe some are pretty okay, possibly. Anyway, I should probably cut this short before I ramble on even longer than I already have. The fact that you're listening to this now meant that you have made it this far in the video, and I very, very much appreciate that you had watched the whole thing. I know these sort of videos not everyone is into, sort of like dry info dumps. Oh, there I go rambling again. Anyway, I look forward to hopefully making some more videos. I look forward to your feedback. I, again, very much appreciate the view, and you all have a good night.